In 1986, Honda won the Paris to Dakar Rally for motorcycles. They repeated that feat in 1987, 88 and 89. And to pay homage to that, Honda gave us this, the XRV 750T Africa Twin. This particular model is a 1993 model and has been finished in the Rothmans colors of the Dakar winners. This particular model was stopped in 2003, and it took Honda another 12 years before they gave us another Africa Twin. Well, today I get to ride that very bike. And here it is. This is the Honda CRF 1000 Africa Twin. Right off the bat, you can see that this is a dirt bike inspired motorcycle. It's got a proper 21-inch front wheel and it's got an 18-inch at the back. The engine is no longer the 750V, it's now an inline parallel twin, 1000cc, delivering around about 95 horsepower. This particular model is devoid of a gear lever and a clutch lever, which means it's an automatic. But not in the scooter constant variable transmission type of way. This bike has got 6 proper gears, and the only thing is that the shifts happen automatically. Now, I've tried the system out on the highway that I ride to work. I lane split very slowly, and the bike was always hovering around 5th gear. I think if I put it into sport mode, it will hang on to a gear a little bit longer. The gearbox though, that works exceptionally well. The only time that you will ever notice that you are in fact in another gear is when you look at the gear indicator on the dash. If you have a pillion riding with you, the endless clatter of a helmet against yours is at an end with this bike almost all of the time. I say almost because this bike has a ridiculously soft front suspension. The mere touch of the brakes and the nose dives. So if your pillion is sitting behind you and you touch the brakes, her helmet's going to clatter into yours anyway. You can change gears manually on this motorcycle as well. It has the function for you to do that manually. There's a button on the handlebars, a minus button and a plus button. And this is where the ergonomics of this bike lets it down a bit. The minus button for your downshifts is where I expect the horn to be. So when I got this bike, I rode to work and a taxi swerved in front of me and all I could do was engage 4th gear. At the front, it has got 2 discs grabbed by Nissan calipers, and they work quite effectively, but as I said, I think the soft suspension gives you that sensation of effectiveness. The brakes are obviously ABS assisted. You can switch the ABS off, but it only disengages the back wheel, so if you are on a gravel road you can slide the back wheel. The front ABS never disengages. It took Honda 12 years to come up with this motorcycle since the last Africa Twin. Now that gave BMW and KTM the opportunity to corner a market of adventure motorcycles. The world launch for this bike was held right here in South Africa in 2016, and the popularity of this motorcycle surpassed Honda's expectations. Now comes the obvious comparison part. I rode the BMW 1200 GS, I rode the KTM 1290 Adventure, and this is not their direct competition. In fact, the Honda sits pretty much alone in the 1000cc market. Now, until I get my hands on the KTM 1090, I will be able to tell you which of the two I like more. This is an exceptional motorcycle. I say that because it is light, it is nimble, and when I had to ride up this rocky little hill that I'm on at the moment, I had no hesitation of just pointing the front wheel in a direction, feathering the throttle and just go. The DCT worked perfectly. It never stalls on you when you are off-road like this. With the traction control also set a little bit lower, I could get pretty much anywhere that I wanted to go, and here I am. If you are in the market for this type of bike, the Honda Africa Twin will not disappoint. And if you really want, go for the DCT version.